Good morning, guys. Good morning. I hope you're having a great day. So today we have some red candles here. Some red candles. It's been a while since we don't get to see this action. It's been many days, right? Those that like puts. But I think Nancy Pelosi news just came out that she's going to Taiwan. She'll be landing, and then Wednesday she'll be meeting with the lawmakers. So I think that became as a little negative news, right? But again, it's just a very small, tiny dip overall. Nothing big. So nothing for me here yet until more proper action is given. But if we go on the daily candles, right? This is SPX USD, the 24 hours. So we did give up some gains from Friday. We'll open up, right? But let's look at just the SPX alone. All right, so today we'll be opening up with a gap down and some levels that I'm just gonna go here. I have already put them on here. As long as we hold above the volatility trigger, that's one. Now these are just based on the options data. All right, so as long as we hold above this 39.95, the volatility trigger right here, market is still in a nice little upside momentum. And moreover, the call wall has gone up towards 4,200. All right, which is usually good that people are buying calls above the current price and they're expecting a move higher. And with the move that we had the last few days, it was a very nice move. Now the market does not go up straight, the market never goes straight down. There's always the zigzags in between. So now it's good that we might come test 4,000, maybe 4,050 or 4,100 if we can come and test these levels, right? There are some Fed members this week we're talking, so based on them we'll get some movement. But for bulls, this will be a healthy consolidation. But what we don't want is breaking below this 27th of July, right? You don't want the market to start shifting lower than 27th of July. Then we can definitely see much lower, right? Then obviously back to the bear stance. But I think into the month of August, personally, here's what I'm expecting. There will be a lot of directional swings. Those that understand options, if you guys watch certain charts out there with volatility, there will be a lot of directional swings in August, like up and down. Like there will be some big green candles, there will be some big red candles as well, right? So keep an eye out on for those. But for now, we are at resistance right here. Let's see what the Nancy Pelosi news brings, how negative it gets, right? And that's pretty much it. Like for now, the market is holding, and let's see where we go from here. Like here, I'm just neutral on the market, one way or the other. So be just want to be a little careful, all right? And some consolidation would be nice. Like today, I would love to have a red day either today, tomorrow, Wednesday. A nice little red day that will test 4,050-ish, right? That will be a reasonable target, and then we see if it holds or not. And then we obviously have Tesla. Amazing move. I even saw this move coming in the sense from options point of view, but I never took a position. I just didn't want to, right? But I should have. A little mistake I made, right? But it would have paid well. It just completely went up. Now we're at 903. But some levels that you want to keep in mind are 909 weekly 200 MA. That's something you want to keep in. That's the weekly. That's a daily. Hold on, I need to double check. I forgot. This is the daily. This is the daily 200 MA. Right, sorry. 909 is a daily 200 MA. 200 MAs are usually very helpful. They give us support and resistance at the same time, right? Because we're below it, so it will act as resistance. If we can balance above it, that will be good for short term. But Tesla is very extended. There's a good chance it might come and test 800, 850. All right. And I'm just gonna wait for a nice little daily reversal candle, or maybe we consolidate here for some time. We consolidate in here for some time. For a couple of weeks, as Tesla usually does, and then we'll get the direction to the upside or downside, right? And then I think by then it all depends on the market as well. But Tesla, if we go on the weekly chart, this was a ticker that was requested by a few members on my Stock Life Instagram as well. On the weekly, it's gone up a lot, right? I mean, almost 50% increase in equity alone on Tesla, right? Tesla, when it runs, we all know it just gets crazy. So let's see how far it can go. There's a little trend line that I can already see right here. Around here, but roughly around here, right? So that's something you want to keep an eye out on, and let's see if it can get through it. And let's see. For Tesla right now, the market holds fine. Even if it doesn't, it's a stock that can run or drop without the market, right? It's up 50%. So HK Kamani, I hope you nailed it. Google also in a nice little consolidation phase. Hasn't moved for the last 2 months, I would say. Right, this is a weekly chart, so 1 month, 2 months, almost 2.5 months. So which way does it go, up or down? Right, I think it depends on the broad market. If the market rips, if the market holds, we can definitely see some more upside on Google. If the market does not hold, then we can definitely see some downside in the coming weeks. But here is very tough. We did grab some equity in the lows in MSL. Congrats to you guys. And I'm just going to put this on the weekly. The 89 level 200 MA is still in play, right? The weekly 200 MA is often come in play every few years. All right, and we're still a little away from it. If the market does get weak into September, October, let's say if they want to drop it, then weekly 200 MA is in play. Same with SPX as well. All right, the weekly 200 MA touch is what I'm looking for. Maybe it comes on later when it reaches up here and we test this, and then we'll see what happens. And in bear markets, when we go on VIX, the bear market usually never bottoms until VIX hits 45. Right, so and this time it hasn't, right? So if you guys think the market has bottomed, then it's historical. Let's see. I don't have any comments yet. I'm gonna wait for another month just for that bigger picture on the macro. Let's see what the market brings us, because I do believe in the coming weeks and months that the market does come in lower. That's just my own opinion, but for the short term, market is showing strength. Let's see how far it goes. And then we have Google, Amazon as well from request. On earnings, absolutely beast mode on earnings. Of huge move, right? Let's look at the daily, the huge gap up that we had. A little indecisive on Friday, a little indecisive action. Sometimes these gap ups they hold and the market continues consolidating and running. But sometimes what happens on these gap ups is that they try to hold it, then the market doesn't do much. There's an individual stock, then slowly they come and just fill the gap. So there's a good chance Amazon in the coming weeks and months, I personally do believe is going to come and fill this gap. All right, and then we'll see what happens. It goes up from here because Amazon has already tested its major averages. All right, so in the coming weeks, I think Amazon can come down. But for now, short term is hard. Market is extended. Red 1-2 red days will be nice for the market to reset, consolidate, and then we see what happens. All right, and what else we have here? The rates. US 10-year at 2.6, little support. If they continue going lower, watch TLT bonds, a nice little setup. It can go higher. All right, but it is facing some resistance here at the 118, 119 level. It moves weird, but if the rates continue coming down, that will help. All right, and let me just take this out. Okay, rates, and then DXY dollar. We also want to keep an eye on. Kind of breaking down, is testing here, but it's still in a nice little uptrend. This is just a dip. Let's see if this dip holds or does it come down towards 1. If dollar weakens more, one chart that you want to keep an eye on is SE. A huge base in it, a huge base is ready for a big move one way or the other. If the dollar weakens, market stays most likely to the upside. All right, but if the dollar gets stronger again and market shifts a little lower, then SE can break down as well. Again, a fast move towards 50. So both are possible. Keep an eye on DXY along with this. All right, Euro USD, we've been going on over it for some time. It's facing some resistance, not resistance, just consolidation here. So it also wants a big move. If Euro USD goes to the upside, I think that might help the market positively as well. If it comes lower, that might affect the market negatively. Right, so a lot of things. Which way it goes here, let's see. It's just been consolidating for the past few days, right? And then USD JPY, this has a lot to do with interest rates. Super weak ever since Fed, right? A lot of money to be made in the forex world, right? Super weak ever since the Fed, and then it's just going down lower now. So let's see how far this goes. And this has a lot to do with the rates. You guys can do your own research and readings on this, right? And I wanted to cover one more thing. What is it? Just trying to think. I kind of forgot. But guys, make sure you guys crude CL. Yes, a little bear flaggy pattern on the daily. Let's see if it breaks down or does it hold these levels, right? If crude breaks down, then obviously I think that's good for the markets, right? But if it holds and it goes, then obviously it's not good for the market in the coming days, right? And DVC commodities as well, a little toppy pattern here. They're gapping down, so which should be good for the markets, but let's see. And but for now, just holding. DVC is something you guys also want to see with rates, with commodities, with bonds. All these things, sometimes you can just look at them. It gives you a bigger picture of what's happening broadly in the markets, right? That's not something we can explain to you in 10 minutes on pre and post market. You just gotta have to read a lot, right? And that will help. And guys, make sure you guys go on the earnings newsletter. LB has posted some great setups. I do like his Lucid, right? So I would keep an eye on Lucid. I would not obviously jump into it right away, let it base, but I do like his Lucid hold here. He, I think, has a trend line here, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Right, CFA holds them with the Tesla strength. If the market goes, then Lucid can obviously have a $2-3 move to the upside, which is huge. So keep an eye on it, all right, if the setup is there. And God bless, and I'll see you guys back in the chat.